Hi everyone, welcome, welcome back. I hope you all had a good day, and I'm not sure if you can hear me clearly. Please give me a thumbs up if you can actually hear me clearly, and then we can actually begin. But it's good to see everyone back over here, and once again, I hope we all are keeping safe, and I hope everything's well. Hi, Miraksha. I'm actually good, and how are you doing? Did you have a great day today? Hi, Nash. How are you? Hi, Vinny. Hi, Risha. Hello, Bharti. How are you doing? It's good to see you back. Hi, Ashrin. Please let me know if you guys can hear me clearly, and then we can actually begin. And we'll see what comes up. Today, I'm going to use my messages from the Angels deck. I'm sure you all are familiar with that. Hi, Pranusha. I hope you're familiar with that. And let's see what we can get today and what messages we can come across. The other thing is at the end, at the end of this video, I would like to share little invocation that you can use for protection because of recent, lots of them have been asking me if, I can share a prayer for protection or if I can do, like something for protection. So I'm going to definitely share an invocation for protection that you can use, but I'll do that at the end, of the video. Namaste to everyone, and hopefully we can actually, get into the whole thing, and we'll find it's going to be a good thing. So let's get into it. Narina Naidu, please can I get a reading? Okay, namaste. Narina, so let's pull a card for you and see what comes up. Narina, firstly, there's a man from the spirit world, and I'm not sure how he connects to the name of Stephen. So, Narina Naidu, if you can please confirm to me who, Stephen is, it will actually be grateful because this man's message to you is that caution is warranted and look deeper into situations before proceeding. But Narina, you also got to take it safe because I think you've been through a difficult patch, and even though you've won this phase and you've come out of this bad phase, it almost feels like Narina, there's actually going to be more, blessings coming up for you. But Narina, I want to say you need to actually go into the alternate side. So I'm not sure if you're going to practice Reiki, or I'm not sure if you wanted to practice Reiki, Narina, but if you can validate that for me, I'd appreciate it all, Narina Naidu. Please, if you can, validate that. Ashlyn Rampal, how are you doing? I hope all is well. But your card that comes up for you, Ashlyn, is that you have a gift with working and healing. So even though you're in your, element at the moment, I want to say, Ashlyn, that there's new ventures that's in store for you, right? And with these ventures, you're going to find a whole lot of other blessings coming up. And I think, Ashlyn, what you need to also do is that keep your opportunities open because even though you're going to be studying and even though you're going to be doing an exam, it almost feels like you'll be going full steam ahead with it. Renuka Narayan, how are you doing? I hope you well. But your angel that comes up is Grace and Antoinette, and they keep on saying to heal your situation, you need to view yourself with, compassion. And if you can do that, you'll find it's going to be a positive outcome. Kavita Bhagwat, your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. You an angel yourself, Kavita, but it almost feels like you're starting a new venture, and they keep on saying that you are going to be able, to move forward in a positive way. But Kavita, I want to say your phase is starting now, and even though you've come through this bad phase, you're going to find that happiness and prosperity is going to be shining upon you now. Trinisha Naidu, your message from the beloved that comes up and from the loved ones is that I'm with you right now and I'm there to give you that positivity, but you also got to be more calm and patient on yourself. And the moment you can take it easy, you'll find that, you'll have a good way forward. Chantal Shuttleworth, your message comes from the beautiful Archangel Raphael, and his message to you is that the moment you place the emerald green light over the heart chakra, you'll find that there is going to be, healing that takes place, which is also going to be positive for you because not only is it going to help you to move forward, but it's also going to help you to heal from all difficulties that you've been going through. And with those difficulties, you're going to find, Chantal, that your doors open for a new venture, which is going to be, a happy outcome for you. And with that happy outcome, you're going to find, Chantal, that you're going to end up traveling with work. And I think that's going to be a positive one for you. Jermaine Merrill Mudley. So let's see what comes up for you. A new contract that's coming to your hobbies business is going to be a positive one. Elton starts a new phase and he's going to be moving in a positive direction, but he needs to be open to receiving that, positivity. And the moment he gets that positive going out, you'll find it's going to be, or the moment he signs that contract, it's opening new doors of opportunity. Shivani, your dad is actually standing with you, and he keeps on saying that. Jairam is my name, and that's what he confirms. But he says, I give you a new move and I give you a new venture, but thank you for always being over and watching over the house because it almost feels like the issues with the houses will definitely be, sorted out. Now, I'm not sure what's going through the house, Shivani, but it almost feels like it's going to be, a positive outcome. And I'm not sure who's Byron around you, Shivani, but it almost feels like he's going to start a new phase as well because your dad gives him those blessings. And Shivani, it almost feels like thank you for being the sun, or thank you for being the responsible one and the shining sun for the family, because your dad keeps on saying, I'm going to be there with you in a positive way and in a positive light. Now, it almost feels like there's another soul that comes up, and I'm not sure if anyone over here on this connects to, there's three souls that actually stand together, but it's almost like I'm not sure whether they all three are female, but the names that basically come up over here is Vataveli. It also has Damat on it. It has a Damat sound to it. And there's also a Kamla that stands with them. There's three of them that's there. So if anyone on this live feed actually connects to those souls, please drop me a yes or tell me that you connect to them, and I'll be more than happy to pass the message on. Jody Mudley, yes, you can have a message, Jody. Have faith and hope because there is a positive change in your career that's on the horizon that you're not seeing. But Jody, what I want to actually say is that the moment you open up your energy, you'll be able to achieve a lot. And Jody, I'm not sure why you're connecting to the Cape, but it almost feels like there's going to be a Cape connection that comes up, which is going to be positive. And Jody, I want to say that happiness is going to be there for you because here the angels are basically shining white light and positivity around you. ARZH. Isaac Henry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Please forgive me. But yes, there is a message that comes up for you. And I actually want to say that there's going to be positivity because you're starting a new phase of study. So I'm not sure what you're actually starting, to study or what's going on. But Isaac Henry, if you can basically validate for me why the 17th of September is significant, because it's almost like your dad stands there and he smiles and he puts his hand out and he says, thank you for everything that you've done and thank you for all that you do, but you've held his name up proud. And I'm not sure who's Dharam or who's got the name with the Dharam sound around you, as you can read, but it almost feels like he's giving you all those blessings and he keeps on saying, I'm going to take you through into a whole new phase. Say Vandea, my aunt is Vataveli, and say, can you please confirm who's got the Jamat name and the Kamla sounding name? Because these three souls are standing together with each another. Say, and if you can do that, I'll be more than happy, for you. Ashni Ash, any message for my son and daughter from their dad? Victory is with them and the dad is watching over them. But Ashni, it almost feels like as much as the dad is over there, he keeps on saying, they've done me proud and my kids have not let me down. And whatever they've done, it's almost like he's happy with them. And he keeps on saying, I'm going to be there to carry them forward. It almost feels like that sadness and that sorrow is going to be over quite soon from them. Um, Renuka, your son Akil is not well. Okay, what's going on with Akil, Renuka? Because, okay, quite coincidental because he actually gets the card of healing that comes up, and it almost feels like heal the immunity and heal the, positives that come out that basically come out through the immune system and the blood. And the moment he does that, It's going to be okay. More, say say your message went through too fast and I can't even find it over here. Please, if you can send it through again, say I'll appreciate it. Hey, actors travel. Please, may I have a glimpse of my reading? Vinoda Naidu. Okay. So coming up for you, I want to say, as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. As much as you're gonna be, as much as you're gonna be in a phase, um, of stillness at the moment. I want to say that locally you're going to do work, but internationally your work opens up more towards the spring months and the latter parts of the year, which is going to actually be a good outcome. Azagendri Dharam is my husband. Thank you for validating that. I appreciate it. Arisha Hari Prasad Sarup, your dad and your gran are with you right now, and they keep on saying, whatever you desire, visualize it and it will come about. It's only negativity and insecurities that's going to hold you back. But the moment you open up to them and the moment you give permission to the spirit world to step in, they'll be there with you in a positive way. Anusha, coming up for you, you and your hubby are basically at the end of a bad cycle. And Anusha, within the next 2 days, when the new moon basically takes birth, you're gonna find that you're gonna have be blessed with abundance, you're gonna be blessed with change. But Anusha, I also want to say that yes, as much as the cords have been cut, you also got to call in the angels to basically stand with you. And your angel that's standing with you right now, Anusha, is basically Archangel Zana, who basically says, I'm there to carry you through this bad phase and I do protect you from all types of harm. And if you stay tuned at the end, I'm going to actually give you, a protection, which is a protection chant or invocation, which is going to be good. Say, Vataveli is from Damat. Her husband and my grandparents passed away recently. Okay, because they're all standing together, say, and they keep on saying, please give them the message and please tell her daughter that everything's going to work out fine. I'm not sure why she keeps on saying Tarusha is going through a bit of an emotional phase at the moment, say, but the moment Tarusha can connect with her mom and with all that's in the spirit world, you'll find that they open up a new chapter for her, right? Tarusha Vataveli is my mom. Okay, thank you. Because your mom basically says to you that everything that you do and everything that you set out to do, there's always going to be your, successes that come in, but you need to come out of this dark phase that you're going through emotionally. And Tarusha, the moment you actually overcome that dark phase, you'll find happiness is going to be there. I'm not sure why she keeps on saying television, the move is going to be successful. So I'm not sure what move he's planning on doing, but there's definitely going to be success with it. Anash, a card that comes up for you is that it's safe for you to be powerful in a loving way. But my darling boy, what you need to actually do is you need to allow adaptations and changes to basically come up for you so that you can adapt and you can move in a positive light. But Anasha, also want to say just be a little bit more, open at the moment and don't decide to make a change just yet because if you're going to make a change right now in the next 2 months, it's not going to be positive. And I think coming back to South Africa is not going to be positive for you just yet. So maybe later on you can decide, but not, right now. Now, Vimla Gangya, message for me. Vamla, I want to say yes, as much as you connected to the spirit world, how apt for you. You get the card that comes up with the spirit world, Vamla. And they keep on saying, I bring you a message and I love you very much, but as much as I'm there to stand with you, I'm also going to help you through this difficult phase and this difficult period. But Vamla, what you need to also do is I want to say expand your energy. If you can expand your energy by maybe using a kyanite crystal, you'll find it's going to align you into a much more higher space. Now, I'm not sure if someone over here is named Fiona, or I'm not sure if there's a Fiona on here, but I almost want to say, Fiona, if you're on over here, please just say yes or hello, and then I can connect you to the spirit world, right? Now, Rishana Ramnarayan. Rishana, I'm not sure whether you're signing a new partnership or you're starting a new partnership, but Rishana, it almost feels like there's positivity that's coming up for you. And that positivity is going to also bring about a new change because this contract is going to put you in a much better way of, it's almost like it's going to put you in a positive way for your career. And then there's going to be a new outcome. And I'm not sure why the month of September is being significant, to you. Anastasia Padiachi, when you take excellent care of yourself, you're going to find that everyone benefits from it. But now it's time, my girl, for you to pull back a bit and start going forward in a positive way and in a new direction, because you'll find that there's going to be prosperity that comes up. Vani Gangan, coming up for you over here, I want to say you are being led by your dad-in-law, mom-in-law, and it almost feels like the whole ancestry that's actually standing there with you. And they keep on saying, I'm leading you towards your answer to your prayers, Vani, through your dreams. So if you can pay attention to your dreams, Vani Gangan, you'll find that there's a lot of connections from the spirit world that happens with you. I'm not sure whose name is with the SOOK, or I'm not sure who's got the Sukraji sounding name around you, but if you can actually validate for me, Vani Gangan, I would appreciate that, because it almost feels like she needs to take care of her health and she needs to take it a little bit easier, on herself. Bharti Daman, my son's birthday is today, Pravesh. Okay, happy birthday, Pravesh. But we wish you all the best. And your card that comes up is that there is a happy move to a new place of employment for you. And this movement will usher in positive energy. So, Pravesh, be open to receiving, that change on the career front, because not only will it open up financially for you, but it's also going to help you to move forward in a good way and to climb your ladder of success. May Naidu, you are a spiritual teacher, and I think it's now time for you to contact your guardian angel and ask them to work in a positive way with you. And the moment you can do that, May, you'll find not only will it open your doors, but it will help you connect and you'll go with your life purpose, which is, going to be positive. Annalisa Amelia Samuel, your friend is actually at peace, and it feels to me like that spirit will always be there to guide you, in a positive way, and you've got nothing to stress about, because there's going to be that happiness that shines out for you. I'm not sure why, but I'm not sure if somebody is actually named Jean or Jeanette, or if there's a Jeanette that's on over here. But if you're on over here, your initials are with J and G. If you can actually validate for me that you're here, then I can pass that message on to you, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the name is Jean or John or Jeanette, but it has a J sound. But the initials that they show me is J and G. So if you can basically, show me that you're online or tell me that you're online, I'll be able to give you that message through. Natalie Naidu. Natalie Naidu, as much as your energy is undergoing a change and healing at the moment, I want to say you've actually coming to the end of that cycle, which is a positive one. And it almost feels that that cycle is going to be a good outcome for you. Vani Gangan, that's my mom, Sukraji. Thank you, Vani, because the message for her is that she needs to take it easy on her health. And I'm not sure whether there's a blood sugar issue. I'm not sure if she's diabetic, but it almost feels like she needs to get her diabetes in order before she can actually start healing herself in a positive way. Annette Naidu, your dad is standing with you, and his message to you is that I bring you the peace and I bring you abundance, but your timing is right for your move and whatever changes you plan on doing. And with those changes, you're going to find that there's going to actually be a happy outcome. And it also feels like it's now time for you to bring about that brightness and let that glow come from within. And the moment that glow comes from within, financial prosperity is going to be there. Suvina Shuna Saligram. The angel of peace is around you and they bring you a tranquil road forward, Suvina. And I want to say that whatever you've done so far, it's almost like appreciated and it's happy, but it almost feels like there's going to be a positive outcome and there's always going to be that new change that, stands with you. But it almost feels like now, as much as your doors open, happiness is going to be there to shine through. Now, Mila Ranu, Mila coming up over here, I want to say keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer, because there is going to be a payment that you've been awaiting that comes through with after so many delays, but you're going to actually get success with it. And I basically want to say, I'm not sure what offshore investment you're waiting for, Mila, but it's going to come out with positivity and everything's going to go through fine. But your delays will definitely prove necessary. Ravon Singh, will the house registration be good for this month? Yes, Ravon, you're actually going to get that done and dusted. And believe it or not, it's going to be a positive one for you. And you can go ahead and you can basically do, your paperwork and have everything in order. Dawn Hassett, Dawn, you've actually been getting signs from the spirit world, and it's almost as though they're going to be standing with you. And they keep on saying, I give you that love, I give you that feathers, but whatever you do, hold on to it because it's going to open your doors to positivity. And Dawn, I want to say, and this can go for anybody in general, if you're feeling like you're having too many obstacles and too many blocks, right? What I also want you to do is get an old key. If you can get one of these vintage keys or one of those keys from the olden days and you keep that with you as a lucky charm, it basically helps you to open doors because the key that you have or one of those old keys that you can keep opened many doors before, right? So when you bring that key into your energy, when you bring that key into your energy field, it opens your doors to positivity, which is going to be a good one, right? And then you're going to find that there's going to be, like that flow that basically starts coming. Nishay Sunat, what comes up for you, Nishay? Victory is yours, my boy, and your desire comes to fruition. You're going to be changing your career path, or you're going to be changing your position at work, which is going to be a good one. And Nishay, all I want to tell you is that you will make a very successful businessman coming up to 2024, 2025, because your ideas and your dreams will always be filled out and it will go forward in a good way. Resha Ramsarup, you are protected from all types of harm and your worst is now over. So relax and feel safe because whatever happens, you're going to make it through. And it almost feels like blessings come up for the kids as well. And there's also going to be, an opening for a job. So I'm not sure if your daughter's looking for a job, but there's definitely going to be a job that comes up. Shalina Rampal. Shalina, be open to receiving healing, and it almost feels like you'll be out of hospital quite soon. So I'm not sure if you're currently still in hospital, or I'm not sure if you're going to go back to hospital. But Shalina, it almost feels that you're going to be in a much more positive way, and baby's going to be fine, and everything's going to work out well with the baby, and that you don't have to panic about because the moment you take it easy, you'll find that there is going to be rest, relaxation, and healing, and call upon Raphael to basically put the cloak of healing around you. Reshmi Basdo, as much as you're confused and indecisive right now, don't make any major decisions up until the mid of July, because if you're going to do decisions, Reshmi, up until the 15th of July, it's not going to go in a positive way. But after the 15th of July, yes, it will go in a positive way. Wayne Thompson, time out. You've been so busy taking care of everybody else's needs that it's time to stop and take care of your own. And Wayne, I also want to say that in court, there is going to be a successful outcome because as much as there might be a curveball thrown at you, that curveball is going to basically turn around and backfire because right now, as it stands, Wayne, you're actually on the winning side. But even though you might not see it, I want to actually say if you can have a bath or one of the baths that I gave the other day, where you basically use coarse salt and vinegar, and you'll find it'll help to cleanse your aura, it'll help to protect your aura, and it'll also take you forward, onto your winning streak. Because right now there's just negatives that stand around you, and once those negatives are out of the way, you'll be able to move forward. Um, hmm. Yashoda, the spirit that comes up for you is Shahil, and he basically says, I'm happy, mom, and I'm at peace. But it's almost like he's a smiling energy and he's a happy energy. And he keeps on saying, Mom, when you held my jacket, I was standing by your side. And when you got my perfume scent, I was standing there for you. But your son keeps on saying, now that you've asked the angels for help, Yashoda, he's going to be there to basically stand with you. He keeps on saying, thank you for my birthday gift, mom, and thank you for always lighting the candle for me. So, Yashoda, if you can validate, as usual, I will appreciate that over there. Um, Madhu, Madhu Mupanar. Okay. Coming up for you, Madhu, I basically want to say that the month of August feels to me like there is going to be a much better outcome than what you've been having. And all the obstacles you've been facing right now, it almost is learning lessons that you need to go through. But Archangel Michael stands with you, Madhu, and he basically says that cut the cords that no longer serve you because the moment you can cut the cords, you'll actually be able to move in a brighter direction, and it's not going to hold you back. And I'm not sure why it feels like there's a whole big change coming to you, and your family. And Madhu, what I also want to say is that I'm not sure who's planning a baby in the family or who's pregnant, but there's going to be an addition that comes up which will be positive. Madhu, if you can validate for me who's Kavir, I will actually appreciate it, because it almost feels like there's a dad energy from the spirit world that connects with Kavir. So, Madhu, if you can basically confirm for me, I'll actually, appreciate it, because you're going to laugh at me on this one, but it's almost like he's showing me Chappie's bubblegum, right? So please, Madhu, if you can validate for me and how this dad connects to Chappie's, I'll actually appreciate that. It does sound funny, but it's actually a connection that comes up. Say, coming up for you, spend time in nature meditating. As much as your mind is going through a lot right now, say, it's time to actually calm down and ground yourself. So walk walk bare feet on the grass, say, if you can, or roll in the sand and get yourself dirty. You can clean up afterwards, but I also want to say that it's now time for your ventures to basically happen in a good way. Linda Kutle Kanyele, coming up for you, my darling, there is a child that's going to bring about happiness in your family. And Linda Kutle, it almost feels like you're going to apply for a new job, which is going to be a positive one for you. And I want to say, take that job and make your run, because it's going to actually be a stepping stone for you, right? And with the stepping stone, you're going to have a good, a good outcome. Ashreen Ramdi. Kavir is Madhu's brother. Okay, because the father energy over here says, tell him thank you for all of that he's done, and tell him thank you for all the responsibilities that he took on. But it almost feels like there is a good outcome. Madhu's dad's nickname was Bubblegum. Thank you, Ashley. But it almost feels like there's going to be that happiness, and there's always going to be that connection that comes up in a good direction. Chandri, Nirmal, Aransa, coming up over here for you. I want to say your dad-in-law that passed recently. I'm not sure if it is your dad-in-law, but he smiles and he says, it was my time to go, and I needed to basically make that exit. But it almost feels like, yes, as much as he's at peace, but he says, thank you for making the trip to see him. And he gives his son a big hug, and he keeps on saying, I'm happy with the wedding that took place because I was present there as well. And I'm not sure, Chandri, whether there was a wedding took place or taking place, but it almost feels like this man's soul is going to be there in a positive way. And it's almost like he is giving you those blessings, and he puts his hand out and he keeps on saying, I'm going to be there to watch the successes that comes out. But please tell mom to take it easy on herself, because I think his wife needs to actually take it a whole lot easier on herself, because her health is going to be going downhill. Now, there's a whole lot of connections that come up around you, Chandri, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to connect you to each one at the moment. Nalini Mudlia. Nalini, coming up over here, I'm not sure why, but they keep on bringing up planets around you. And I want to say that, yes, with the planetary energy that comes up around you, there's going to be positivity as well, because somewhere along the line, I'm not sure who's involved with the planets, but there's going to actually be a good outcome. And I'm not sure if who passed with the chest. I'm not sure who passed from almost like emphysema. Excuse me, Nalini, but if you can actually, confirm for me, it'll be a good thing. Jackie Cooper, desperate for more for my nephew. Jackie, coming up over here for your nephew, I want to say he's going to be stuck with decisions that he needs to make, and it almost feels like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. But what this child needs to do is he needs to actually surrender to the angels. Let them move the bad energy away and bring in the good, because I'm not sure why it feels like this child is in a dark phase at the moment. But the moment he can come out of the dark phase, there's going to be happiness. Tanishka Haridas. Tanishka, I'm the angel of marriage, and I'm here to assist you right now. So I'm not sure who's getting married, or I'm not sure what wedding is coming up. But Tanishka, I want to say that there is going to be a positive outcome. And it also feels like it's now time to bring about peace and happiness on the home front. Daniel doesn't necessarily mean the angel of marriage. Daniel also means the angel of love, peace, and happiness in a home front, which is going to be a good outcome. Priya Naidu. You are starting a new phase, and your mom is there to guide you through this phase. And she keeps on saying, as much as I'm there with you, I'm always going to guide you to the next step. And thank you for always keeping everything in order. but it's now time to give yourself that break, Peria, which is going to be a good break for you. You basically need to take a break and calm the mind down. Risha Narayan Prasad. Risha, you've got a very nice card over here, the Angel of Abundance. I want to say whatever financial issues you've been going through or whatever financial blockages you've been having, it's almost like that Angel of Abundance is going to be there to basically carry you forward and bring you the money that you need. And yes, God is in charge of how that is going to happen. But what you also need to do at the same time is that light a cinnamon scented candle or light a cinnamon incense stick, which will basically help to send the message to the universe to tell them that yes, it's now time to bring about that prosperity and luck that you're looking for. And yes, abundance is going to be there. And I'm not sure whether you were supposed to actually buy another property, but there is a property that's basically coming up for you. Pranisha Jagmahan. Pranisha, coming up for you, it's a good time to give birth to new ideas. So I'm not sure what you're planning on starting. I'm not sure whether you were supposed to do a side hustle, but go full steam ahead and do it because it's going to be a positive one. Safiso Mdakane. Safiso, coming up over here for you. Your emotions are healing, which enables you up to open to greater love. My boy, please don't commit in the relationship that you're in, and especially not with your baby's mama, because it almost feels like you're going to land yourself up in trouble with there. But the moment you actually release yourself, Safiso, from the if I can call it heartache, you'll find it'll actually clear out, and that's when you'll be able to move forward. Safiso, I'm not sure if you're looking for a new job, or I'm not sure if you were planning on studying, but I'm not sure why I'm picking up electrical that comes up over here. So what you could do is maybe look at going into like electrical engineering or like wiring or something of that sort. But Safiso, I want to say also be careful with the sinuses and just be wary when it comes to your ear, nose, and throat. But Safiso, you're definitely starting a new change and a new phase, which is going to help you out quite a bit. But I'm not sure who's got cancer in the family, Safiso, but there is a older female that has cancer and she's going to pass on because it almost feels like she lives in a mountainous area with white mountains, but they keep on saying she's now on the last leg of her journey and she's going to pass on. So I'm not sure who that relation is to you, Safiso, but I almost want to say spend whatever time you can, hmm, whatever time you can for them. Monica Ramdeen. Monica, the angel of happy families and additions are coming up for you. So I'm not sure who's planning a little baba in the family, but it's almost like there's going to be happiness that comes in. And there's also going to be that positive change that comes up, as well. But I also want to say that it's now time for that addition to bring about, positivity. But I'm not sure whether you were planning on making changes on the home front, or I'm not sure whether there was supposed to be changes on the home front, but it almost feels like positive changes that is going to come up for you. Avinash, Avinash Inderji, your card that comes up over here is that yes, your angel is going to be there, and as much as your desired outcome is going to occur in the very near future, I also want to say don't stress about too much that you're going through because the more you're going to stress about, the more there's going to be issues that comes up. But at the same token, I want to say you need to take it easier and you need to be a little bit more calmer on yourself. Now, I'm not sure why, but it almost feels to me, Avinash, that there's actually another spirit that connects with you, but she keeps on calling herself Diaksha. So if you can confirm for me who's Dia or Diaksha, I'll appreciate that, Avinash. But she smiles and she keeps on saying, I'm much more happier, and there was nothing that could have been done because as much as I was on that life support and as much as I was going through those issues, thank you for standing by my side and thank you for the constant prayer that you've done for her because it opened up her way positively. And it's almost like it's now time, for her to be in the land of the angels, to be in the land of spirit. And she smiles and she says, everything is going to fall into place. But please don't feel guilty or don't feel insecure about everything that went on. And I'm not sure why, but she keeps on saying, you need to be a bit more calm on yourself and stop putting so much of pressure. I'm not sure whether you lit a candle for her, or I'm not sure whether you were supposed to light a candle for her, But Avinash, I'm not sure why she's showing me a candlelight and she's smiling about it, but she keeps on saying everything's gonna work out, quite well. And she also brings about the number 19. I'm not sure how she connects to the number 19, but that's actually gonna be a good outcome for her and also for you because she's gonna give you a blessing. But she keeps on saying, please give your dad a big hug from her, and please tell your dad that everything is, gonna end up being fine. Jackie Cooper, coming up for you. It's safe for you to be powerful, Jackie, but please don't explode on anyone, Jackie, because if you're going to explode on anyone right now, it's not going to be a good thing. But Jackie Cooper, you're actually in a much more brighter phase than what you've been in, and it almost feels like there's going to be a positive, outcome from there. And with that positive outcome, you're going to have happiness that comes through. Now, Jackie, were you supposed to actually start a new phase in life, or were you actually planning on making a move, Jackie? Because it almost feels like that move is going to be, a good one. Now, Miraksha, coming up over here for you, I'm not sure who's the soul called Premnath. If you can actually confirm for me who's Premnath, Miraksha, because he keeps on saying your patience will be rewarded, and whatever you set out to do, it's almost like happiness and happy times that's going to be there. Now, Miraksha, I'm not sure why he gives you a kiss on the forehead and he keeps on saying your bad phase is over, and you need to know that he's going to be standing by your side. Please be wary of an accident, Miraksha, because between July 12th and 21st, just be careful how you drive, where you go, and what goes on, because somewhere along the line, Miraksha, it almost feels like there's going to be a problem with the car. Shamila Mudli, can I have a card, please? What if I said no? I'm joking. There you go, Shamila. As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. And it almost feels like negativity has come to an end, but your enemy is going to fall as a domino. But Shamila, coming up over here, they keep on saying you will always be protected and you will always be in a positive light. And I'm not sure who's Ronnie, but Ronnie actually connects with you and he keeps on saying, I'm guiding you through your dreams. Why aren't you listening to me? And then he smiles and he says that that guidance will always be the key messages that you look for. Shamila, if you can validate Ronnie for me, I'll actually be much more happier. And I'm not sure if you're looking for, hmm, I'm not sure if you're actually looking for a new job or if your kids are looking for a new job, but it's almost like he gives you a new job and he says, yes, it's going to work out well. Pression, I do spirit message for brother, please. Pression, I want to say happiness is going to be yours, and there's nothing but growth coming up for you. And with that growth, you're going to find it's going to be a positive one. And you get the angel of abundance, which I actually want to say it's now time for whatever monies were stuck, it's time to go through Tashmika de Saldana. Tashmika, you're going to be faced with three decisions, my girl, and it almost feels like it's now time for you to choose whether you want to stay in South Africa or you want to move to Europe. And the moment you take that move or the moment you take that change, Tashmika, I want to say the move to Europe will be much more better than the stay in South Africa. And the reason why I say that, Tashmika, is because Europe is going to bring you closer to love, but South Africa is not going to give you that love. Okay, it's a beautiful country we stay in over here in South Africa, but Tashmika, your time in South Africa is limited, my girl. It's now time for you to basically take that change, do that change, and make your move because there's a property and there's also love waiting for you in Europe. So I'm not sure if Tashmika you wanted to go to Europe, but my girl, I'll say go full steam ahead. Romita, what's coming up for you, Romita? Romita, you're actually on your path of success, my girl, and there's actually going to be a name that you make for yourself. I'm not sure if you're doing a book or I'm not sure if you're writing a book, Romita, but I want to say the blog or the book that you're going to do is going to definitely be a positive one because it's going to move forward, it's going to grow, and it's going to gain a whole lot of attention. And Romita, I want to say it's now time for you and your hubby to climb that ladder and to bring about that success because whatever you've been actually contemplating or whatever you've been procrastinating with, it's time to move forward, my girl, and it's time to get everything out from there. Um, Hmm. Is someone, I'm not sure who's Sarisha. I'm not sure where the name Sarisha comes up from. But Sarisha, if your initials are SB, please send me a validation and say yes, because I need to deliver a message from the dad for you. Thomas Mark, will I get the job I applied for, or will I keep applying? Ah, for now, you're going to find that you're going to keep applying. But coming up in the next month or in the next 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to get a positive reply, Thomas, and that's going to be a good one. But you need to ask yourself which way takes you closer to your dream and which way takes you away from it. But Thomas, I want to actually say that your dream will be fulfilled. And yes, as much as your job is there, but I want to say, my boy, it's now time for you to actually start pulling in and be the psychometrist that you're meant to be. Um, Yashmika, you've got the apt card that comes out for you, Yashmika. And I think this card speaks for itself, Yashmika, because as much as new romance is eminent through an old person that you've actually been in with, there is going to be reignited passion. And as much as Mercury retrograde sent your relationship in a downward spiral, you're going to find that it's now time, Yashmika, for you to take that power back, cleanse your aura out, and move with that relationship because he is going to be there with you sooner than you think. Even though you might think that somebody else is in his life, Yashmika, it doesn't feel so that way. Warren Mudley, Warren, career advice. My boy, you deserve the best, so reach for the stars. Warren, whatever you do, don't ever settle for second best because you are the best and you will always receive the best that you look for. And Warren, it's time for you to either make the choice of living in the Cape or coming to Durban because somewhere along the line you're going to get that time to move. And I want to say you are going to do yourself proud because in the next 6 weeks to 6 months, you're going to actually get a car which you're going to buy on your own and everything's going to start falling into place thereafter. Emosh Dever, good evening. Emosh, coming up for you, my darling girl. You're actually a bit confused right now, but you're also on the right path because heading forward is going to be a good choice for you. And I'm not sure why, but you're going to be blessed with a new venture or you're going to be blessed with a positive business venture that comes your way. Losh Govinda. Losh, as you follow and honor the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. And Losh, I want to say, my girl, money, money, money. You're going to come into money, which is going to actually be a good outcome for you. And I want to say, Losh, it's now time to open your doors for prosperity. Veshak Manik Chan Birju, coming up your card over here. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting kids. Veshak, you are not a bad dad, so stop feeling that you're not providing enough. You're doing all that you can. But at the same token, I also want to say, as much as there's confusion surrounding a relationship, there's going to actually be a good outcome from there. But what you need to also do is you need to stand your ground as well, because it's not every time that you've got to sit back and wait for things to happen. Sometimes it's good to, to take force and to take charge, but it's all going to work out perfectly fine. And I'm not sure why there is an offer that's coming up from Mozambique for you because I think it is Mozambique because Maputo is actually going to be the central location of it, and you'll find it's going to actually be, a good opportunity and an offer. Sue Yoster, coming up for you, my darling. The angels are giving you a new job prospect, and they say use this time to rest and relax because Sue, it's now time for you to basically put the mind back in order so that you can actually start gaining a whole lot more for yourself. And so I'd say the next 8 days to 8 weeks, and you'll actually have a reply that comes through, and you'll be able to start a new phase for yourself. Prashina Suku. Prashina, you need to take care of yourself, my girl, and I think you need to also do the saltwater bath. Let it clear your aura, and it will also calm you down as well for the new change that you're about to begin. Abigail, you're going to move up on your career, but I'm not sure what idea you're researching. excuse me, or what you're planning on researching, but it almost feels like, Abigail, research that you're going to do is going to carry you forward, and it's also going to give you that positive outcome. And then you're going to find that happiness comes through for your career. And with that, Abigail, I want to say it's now time to do an MBA. So I'm not sure if you wanted to do an MBA, my darling, but it almost feels like an MBA is going to be a prominent one for you. And if you can go ahead with the MBA studies, it's going to give you an opportunity to move, out of the country as well. Now, I'm not sure, Colleen Mudley, coming up over here for you, I want to actually say that there's going to be a whole lot of blessings and a whole lot of positivity that comes up. But Colleen, I want to also say that it's almost like a dad that stands with you, and they keep on saying you need to heal yourself with emotions. And the moment you can heal yourself, you'll find positivity comes up. But Colleen, I'm not sure what other venture you were supposed to go on, Colleen. I'm not sure what you're planning on going on, but that venture that you go on is going to actually be a positive one. And it almost feels like there's now time for blessing in the family as well. And it also feels like with that blessing, there's always going to be positivity as well. But you need to also be wary with your documents that you sign. And the moment you can actually take it easy with the documentation, Colleen, there's going to be positivity, around you. Now, Colleen, I'm not sure why they want a card for your hubby, and this is a spirit message from, a father that has passed on to him. So I'm not sure if he's Tushen or Tashen, but it almost feels like there's always going to be that guidance around him in a positive way, and there's also going to be that, positive emotional outburst that comes up. Karishma Ramatar. Karishma, you actually undergoing a spiritual growth right now. So, Karishma, you might feel like everything is going to be falling apart, and you might feel like everything is going haywire, Karishma. But right now, I want to say, don't lose hope, because your angels and your guides are always going to be there to carry you in a brighter way. And they're also going to bring about that happiness, or that happy phase on the home front, which is going to actually be positive. So, what you need to do, Karishma, is that just call upon white light and ask the angels to be standing with you always. Brandon Bridgemohan, reading please. Brandon, now is the time for you to learn and gather information. And it's also time for you to enjoy being a student and stop stressing about things, because there's always going to be one issue or the other. So, Brandon, ground yourself, center yourself, and ask Spirit to take over for you. Ishara ready, Spirit message, please. Ishara spirit message comes up from your dad, and he keeps on saying, I'm there to guide you in a positive way, but please don't fear, because as we place the healing cloak over you, we're gonna take you and your family out of the bad that you've been going through, and it almost feels like it's now time for you to bring about a positive outcome. And thank you for being the strength to the family, and thank you for being that pillar. But Ishara, you also need to give yourself a bit of a break, because your dad keeps on saying you're reaching the point of burnout. Greg Davis, Katinka is out of the question. So stop even going down that line. And you're supposed to be sleeping, Greg, because tomorrow is work for you. Gerald Governor, coming up over here for you, Gerald, I want to actually say, yes, there is a new job venture, but Gerald, I'm not sure what course you were supposed to do, or I'm not sure what you were supposed to do with mechanics, but Gerald, it's gonna work out well, and I think you are gonna have a side hustle, Gerald, which is gonna actually be a good thing. And Gerald, I'm not sure why, but there is a dad that's actually standing with you, and his message to you is that I'm always going to be there to carry you forward, and don't feel as though you're not going to make it financially, because you will be able to take care of the baby, and you'll also be able to take care of your family as well. Kajal Liam Hari Prasad, spirit message, please. Kajal, the spirit of peace comes over you, and they keep on saying, I'm going to be there to carry you in a positive way. I'm going to be there to bring about that happiness that you seek. But Kajal, it's almost like it's now time for you to start gaining a whole lot of momentum, because you're going to be moving forward. Melissa Ganesan, please, can I have a reading? Yes, you can. Melissa, to make your decision, you need to ask yourself which way brings you closer to your divine purpose and which way takes you away from it. Melissa, coming up over here for you, what I want to actually say is yes, this month of July is going to be a little bit of a rocky roller coaster, right? But you must also know that coming up into August, you're going to have a whole new change. And Melissa, I want to actually say it's almost as though, like a big ball that you're in, and that ball is now opening up because it's almost like breaking up. So, Melissa Ganesan, whatever you set out to do by August, you're going to have good news coming up for your career, and it's also going to be a good thing. And the spirit that stands with you is Sabapati, which is going to give you that positivity and that hope. And he smiles and he keeps on saying, I'm always going to be there with you, girl. Don't ever think I'm going to leave your side. Cindy Munyan. Cindy, have faith, my girl, because it's now time for you to open new doors, and the sunflower is going to bring you a whole lot of positives that you've been looking for. Cindy, you're definitely moving into a whole new phase. Tashmika, you're right. Greg, it's way past Greg's bedtime. He's actually being a naughty kid and he's not in bed right now. But Tashmika, I leave that to you. Um, Charmaine Nightker. Charmaine, let's see what comes up for you. Charmaine, you need to call back your power and you need to work with your power so you can move forward now because it's almost time for you to actually be that stronger person that you want to be. And the moment you can take it on, or the moment you take your power on, you'll actually be able to make that move in a new chapter of life with positivity. Trisha Turner, your message from Spirit is that I stand with you, but please be wary of the steps that you take because you need to keep charging ahead and not take no for an answer because you will definitely have a brighter outcome, from this dark phase that you've been going through. And it almost feels like, Trisha, happiness is now awaiting you. And the moment you open that door and accept that happiness, it's going to actually be a positive outcome because you've been through too much of bad and it's now time for the good to basically happen. Vikesh Kemraj, let's see what comes up for you. Vikesh, coming up for you, your conditions are not looking favorable right now. So I'm not sure what change you were supposed to do or what you are planning on doing, Vikesh, but I want to say surrender and let it be. Let spirit take over. And the moment that spirit can take over, Vikesh, you'll find it's going to actually help you out to make your decisions. And Vikesh, I think you've been robbed of a promotion, or I think there's not been a promotion that came up for you, but it's time for you to actually stand up and take that because the moment you can actually take it forward, you'll find it's going to be, a good outcome and there's going to be happiness over there, for you. And with that, you'll basically find, yes, you'll be able to bring about your happy, happy space. There was a message here that caught my eye. Zesha Ramratan, I will come to you now. Zesha, they bring you a message from the spirit world with a guy named Akil, and he keeps on saying, I'm at peace and I'm okay, but please release me and please allow me to move on my journey because, yes, as much as you're holding me back, it almost feels like that bond that you're shared will always be a positive bond. And it's almost feeling to me like there's going to be new changes, new beginnings, and fresh starts. But Zesha, Akil is basically giving you that happiness and he's giving you that love that you're shared. And he smiles and he says, thank you for always being that pillar of strength in his life. But as much as he's in a much better space and with the angels, he says, I'm out of my suffering and I'm not going to be, I don't want to come back to this world. So, Zesha, I'm not sure who's Akil, but if you can confirm the name or if you know somebody called Akil, I'll actually be happy and grateful for that. And your other message that comes through is that positivity and prosperity is going to always be there, but don't ever let doubt set in because as much as there's going to be issues that comes up on the home front, there's also going to be the clearing out of those issues in a brighter light. And with those issues that's cleared, you'll find everything goes in a positive way. Michelle Munian, I want to actually say, Michelle, it's now time for you to basically start taking back your reins and start taking control of the ship because as much as the hubbies excuse me, as much as the hubby is going to be around to guide you, you also got to be a little bit more patient with yourself. And the moment you're patient, you'll find it's going to be, a good outcome. Renisha Devon. Renisha Devon, Archangel Michael is standing with you, my darling, and his message to you is that I bring you that happiness that you seek, but I also bring you the change. I bring you the healing over your family, and I bring you the prosperity that you look for. But Renisha, I want to actually say this phase is soon coming to an end, and by the full moon in July, you're going to actually start seeing your changes in a positive way. Um, Fiona, coming up for you, there's actually new beginnings and fresh starts because as you let out the old, you'll find the new will start coming in. And I also want to say, Fiona, that it's now time to basically get everything in a positive way for you because Fiona, I'm not sure whether you've been stuck with the job or I'm not sure whether you're stuck with the decision of a job, but it almost feels like there's a decision that you are going to make when it comes down to a job. But at the same token, I also want to say be a bit more open and be a bit more, happy and connected because if you can connect with the spirit world, which you actually have the ability of doing, Fiona, you'll find it's going to help you not only to move forward, but it's also going to help carry you forward in a good way. Fiona, the other thing is that I'm not sure why the number 22 is actually having significance for you. So if you can validate for me why the number 22 is around, I'll actually be happy. And Melisha Ramratan, time out. You've been busy and you need to take care of yourself. But Melisha, you're moving into a higher position because there is a promotion that awaits you now. And Melisha, it almost feels like there's gonna be either a wedding or an engagement coming up by the ending of this year. And I want to say go full steam ahead because it's gonna actually be a good one. Rishad Sheikh Isu. Rishad, coming up over here, your emotions are healing, which basically enables you to open up to greater love, which is going to be a positive outcome. And Rishad, you're going to basically start getting a whole lot of abundance coming through you because it's now time, Rishad, it's your time to shine. Karti Gessen Pillai, Vanakamana, I hope that you're well and you're healing and you get the card of healing because whatever you do, you're going to start this new phase with positivity and it almost feels like Archangel Uriel basically tells you to release the unforgiveness that you're holding in your heart against yourself and know that you're always going to be there in a positive way. Your dad is always going to stand with you and he's going to give you that love and abundance that you've been looking for. And whatever you set out to do, there's always going to be success with it because you're now coming into a much better space with positivity. And Kartigesanana, I want to actually say the angels are always going to stand there to bless you with abundance and also with support. So you don't have to panic yourself out because everything is falling into place quite well. Okay, I'm going to do one more before we can actually move to the invocation that I'm going to give out. So, who's the last one going to be? Claudia Naidu. Claudia, coming up for you, I want to say that you are a light worker, and it almost feels like it's time for you to shine your light onto Earth and its inhabitants. And yes, Claudia, as much as the spirit world is going to be there working for you, you have to start communicating it in a positive way. But you need to stand and speak with force because, Claudia, whatever you set out to do or whatever you want to do, Claudia, as much as happiness is coming through, there's always going to be that gain that comes up. And yes, for you and for hubby, there's going to be that fulfillment. You've got this card twice that came out with Crystal because she's actually your angel that's guiding you to the future. And she says, make sure you see things properly and with the lateral view. Have a bird's eye view of, everything that you do. And you'll be able to bring about that success for you. So I'm going to give everyone 2 minutes to grab a pen and a page, okay, to take down this invocation that I'm going to give out for protection. and it's invocation for white light, and it's also an invocation that I always use during for protection and stuff like that. Excuse me. So I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to get a pen and a page to take it down. Once again, thank you for joining, and I hope everyone had a good hour over here. And as Kyle Naidu says, family meeting, and he gets excited. So, Kyle Naidu, we give you lots of love and we give you lots of blessings. And thank you for joining the family meeting as well. So I hope everyone's got, the pen and page with them, because now comes the invocation. If you want to, you can actually light a white candle, or you can light a white tea light candle. If you don't want to light candles, you can just say the invocation and ask the angels to basically come up and to guide you all through. Because sometimes candles, if you're lighting, please make sure that you light them safely and that they're going to burn out safely. It's not going to tip over and burn anything else. And with the candles that you do, make sure it's white. Please, for protection, or please for any source of white light, please don't use other colored candles for convenience, because lots of them always tell me, no, I've just got a red candle and I've just got a blue candle and I've just got a pink candle. No, 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 no. For protection, we're always going to use a white candle. And as the days go and the more lives I do, I'll teach you how to use candles and how to basically, work with candles in a positive way, so that candles can basically help us. And I will explain candle uses in the next video that I do. But for now, the invocation that I want to give is, I call upon the power that is within me. I call upon the power that is within me and the power that is around me. I call upon the sentinels of the heavens. I call upon all good spirits and all ministering angels. I call for protection, defense, and safety. With white light, a force field is built around me. I am shielded and protected at all times. All negative energies disperse and dissolve at the touch of the radiant light that emanates from the core of my being. All shadows flee. All harm and danger is neutralized by the touching of my glowing aura, by the power within me and the power around me. Only peace, love, and serenity may exist within my protective boundary. I am protected, my family is protected, my home is protected, all my modes of transportation and travel are protected. So it is, and so shall it be. I'm going to read through this one more time. I call upon the power that is within me and the power that is around me. I call upon the sentinels of the heavens. I call upon all good spirits and all ministering angels. I call for protection, defense, and safety. With white light, a force field is built around me. I am shielded and protected at all times. All negative energies disperse and dissolve at the touch of the radiant light that emanates from the core of my being. All shadows flee, all harm and danger is neutralized by the touch of my glowing aura. By the power within me and the power around me, only peace, love, and serenity may exist within my protective boundary. I am protected, my family is protected, my home is protected, all my modes of transportation and travel are protected. So it is, and so shall it be. Amen. So that was the invocation for the protection, okay, which I will upload as well by this weekend with the other white light invocation that we spoke about the other day. And also be tuned next week or one of the days. I will put it up when I'm going to do a live again. And let's do some candle or understanding candles. and what happens with candles, and how we can use candles in our everyday life, and how candles can also help us, move forward, and sometimes how candles can basically give us, that happiness. The invocation, the best time to do the invocation is in the morning before you start your day, so that you have that protection around you. Or you could do it at night before going to bed. It's up to you. But I prefer if you do the invocation when you're starting your day as a little morning rituals, and you'll be actually able to, move forward in a brighter direction. All God's grand ministry angels are called for predictive and sensitive to let a force field is built around me. Yes, Richard, thank you for that. But if you didn't get the full invocation, I will try and upload it by tomorrow if Michelle is fast enough in doing my typing, because she's been a bit slow of recent. But we don't blame the poor girl. So the moment that is done and dusted, I will upload it on my Facebook page and also on Instagram. So you can follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube, because I've got a YouTube channel under my name, Kiran Singh Garbaran. You will find me there. You can subscribe to it for all updates, and you can get all your updates through YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So once again, thank you for tonight, and thank you for joining me. Thank you for being, patient, and thank you for being a great bunch. And love and light and blessings to one and all. I hope you take care and have a pleasant night and a pleasant sleep. We wish you well, and we wish you a lot of love and light and abundant blessings. Thank you once again. Good night and God bless. I will definitely put up the next time that we're going to do a live. It might not be tomorrow, maybe on Saturday or Sunday, but I will definitely post it up on Facebook, and then, you can follow that there. But you can follow me again. I'm going to say it. You can follow me here on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram, or you can follow me on YouTube by subscribing to the channel and by clicking on the bell icon, so that you keep on getting the new updates that comes up. Because on YouTube, I will also be doing little classes where I would teach you little forms of, like, as they call it, juju magic or spells and crafts. But this is not, please note, this is not black magic. I do not work on the dark side. Okay, so I will be teaching stuff like that, and I will also be teaching candle therapy as well on the next video. So thank you all for joining, and thank you for taking the time off to spend it with me. Take care. God bless. Good night.